Hello, all you fine people. Oh my goodness, looks like everybody's excited to hear about this one, eh? I don't think I've ever had a chat this full. To start with, hello, Stacy Eats the Frogs, BMD Nuts. Maybe you're not here. That was a while ago. Salty Sleuth. My Andy flew away. Yeah, she's here though, I think, right? Hi, Andy. Ancient Teapot, Janice Green. Hybrid Pisces, DSABO6426. Hey, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah, seems like everybody voted yes for WTF. I feel the same. Zelda's Ghost, nice to see you. The Bethy Boop. Carolina Hurtado, Blessed Mama, Ski Utah, CH to CH. Oh my God, everybody's here. Andy Raid, oh nice. Thank you very kindly. The Bethy Boop, Faye Loves Nature. Faye, I saw after, I missed it yesterday, but I saw afterwards that you were asking for my email address. It is on the, it's on the banner at the bottom of the screen there if you are still looking to get in touch. Betsy Tag, This Normal Idaho Mom, Random Old Lady, Andy Copesa, Chubby OG, This Normal Idaho Mama, Just Jamie, everybody's here, all the fun people. Paula Kelly, Sips of Coffee. My goodness, everybody's here. Holy smokes, this is big news, I guess, eh? Jen Manos, Shirley Graff. I don't want to miss people, but Random Old Lady. Is the old woman from the hills here as well? M. Spacebird. Teresa T. Goodness, man, I can't keep up, y'all are so. What is the library one? What's that? Heather in the library. Hi, Heather. I'm a big fan of libraries. Lady Peaches, Scorpio. Man, everybody's here. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So, this morning I just was like, well, what the heck? I'm just going to phone again and see. Because I phoned before and they never got back to me. So, okay, I'll send people over to Cresha after. Good. Thanks, just me. But I thought, what the hell? I'll just give them a quick call this morning. You never know. And she answered. The court coordinator answered. And I asked if I could go, if I could attend the Zoom meeting. And she I can't remember what she said exactly. She asked me, and I'm like, oh, I'm just a member of the public. But I just want to observe. And she said something like, oh, yeah, because there's been some stuff. There's been some shenanigans. I guess there's been some shenanigans. So I don't know what that means exactly. Hey, Intervision. So yeah, so pretty exciting. And she just emailed me, just asked me for my email address, and she emailed me the link, and it was like happening in 20 minutes and it all happened. So yeah, waiting all day for this. Yeah, I think a lot of people have. It's a bit, I'm afraid it's not great news, but it's also, I don't think it necessarily means anything in particular. I'll tell you right now, she did not get thrown off the case. She did not get thrown out of having any standing as a creditor. So she is celebrating over on her channel. I'll just share that real quick. Oh, I've just realized I still have a ponytail on. I don't think you guys have ever seen me in a ponytail. So yeah, this is her post from yesterday, which I think we looked at it yesterday. It says, working on a great project, so no live stream tonight. Stacy and I will be back tomorrow. Meanwhile, go see our friend Lauren. And then people commented, one of our crew, Anne, commented, I believe the project is your court case tomorrow where you are claiming you should be the executor of Beth B's estate. We did see on another podcast your legal paperwork that will also be presented tomorrow on you claiming Beth's house, car, and 20% of her funds from her estate. We did see in the document that you claimed all the reasons why you should get the majority of her estate, and the one that stuck out was you were Beth B's housekeeper, when in fact you told us viewers a while ago Beth B had a housekeeper. Let's hope the rescued animals at the shelter are the winners in all this, and Tricia, you and your treasured pets will continue to live in your present sheltered haven. So I thought that was a pretty good comment. Tricia didn't delete it, so don't know what that means. There's not very many comments, but the one here, somebody says, does the great project involve kittens? If so, that's okay. And then somebody says it involves trying to steal money from kittens, if that's what you mean. And then Tricia responded to that and said, wow, are you wrong? Wait for the transcript to be posted on the court website. So apparently she's planning, yeah. And up here she also says, I'm very happy our court Zoom meeting went. I'm very happy how our court Zoom meeting went. I will post the transcript as soon as it's available. So yeah, no doubt she is, because she did not get kicked off. She still has a chance. But I still think, I mean, she has a chance in the way that Lauren had a chance, because the judge has to hear the evidence. That's my opinion. But the other thing I just want to quickly share is this other little document here. This was also posted yesterday after the other one. So this is designation of lead counsel. So I'm a little confused by that, but Robert E. Hager hereby requests that the court take note of his appearance as lead attorney and designation as lead counsel in the above styled matter on behalf of the estate of Janet Wolford, decedent. According to the last will and testament of Janet Wolford, Tri-City Animal Shelter, Duncanville, DeSoto, Cedar Hill, was named as a beneficiary, and Attorney Hager became aware of this matter from Patricia Griffith, a party to this matter. Furthermore, Mr. Hager requests that the court include him on all case filing communications. Apparently the court agreed to that because he was there today. So he is, I don't totally understand from the wording. It seems like he's representing the city. Hey, Subtext Press, nice to see you. It was nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yes, designation of lead counsel. So he was there. I'm a little confused. I'm not a lawyer. But it seems like he is representing the bequest from the original will. He's representing the people who would receive that bequest. But there's some confusion now because the Tri-City Animal Shelter apparently doesn't exist anymore, and there isn't really an animal shelter to donate it to. So it's something through all these various cities. It's a little complicated. They were not clear. I didn't entirely get it. And the fact that he became aware of this matter from Patricia Griffith leads me to suspect that they think that that means that they can just go, oh, like there's no animal sanctuary anyway, so might as well just give Tricia the money. Subtext Press says the Cedar Hill attorney filed the first filing on behalf of the shelter. The three cities co-own the shelter because it's like a four corners situation. Yeah, it's a little confusing and it wasn't super clear. So any information that other people have, I'm very happy to share or hear about. So anyway, so here we go. I made a little slideshow. So Tricia Griffith, probate hearing August 12, 2026. The attendees were Judge Margaret Jones Johnson, Linda Mills, longtime friend of Janet Wolford, James and the person who has applied to be administrator, James Balin, Linda Mills's lawyer, Tricia Griffith, longtime grifter off of Janet Wolford, and Timothy Strand, her lawyer, Tricia's lawyer. Robert Hager is the lawyer we just heard from for the city of Duncanville / the three cities. Charlotta Breed was the official court reporter. Alex Ellis was a concerned citizen. Andy Copsa was a journalist. Dreadful Penny was an observer. Andrea Cooper was the briefing attorney, and Peggy Johnson was the court coordinator. So somebody responded saying that they were in agreement with Linda Mills being the administrator of the estate. So I'm a little unclear about all of this. It seems like there's, do you remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but with Helen Ross, the nun that the ex-nun that Tricia was grifting off of, she left her money to an animal shelter in Hollister, California, and the money just ended up in the city coffers. And it's in a separate fund called the Helen Ross Fund, but it did not go to the animal shelter, and the city has said we don't have to give it to the animal shelter because the animal shelter is fine and it doesn't need any money or any upgrades. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. Even if the original will stands and Tricia gets booted out, I am not sure how all of this is going to work out. But anyway, that's where we started. Court started late at 11 and 10 a.m. Central. Tricia was sworn in. She was wearing a white satin blouse and a black blazer with shoulder pads. She looked like she usually does, like her clothes don't fit, and that she's wearing somebody else's clothes. Hey, Lucia, I attended the hearing today, the Zoom hearing for Tricia. So these are just my notes that I took. You're not allowed to stream it or even take photos of any kind. So I just took notes and then I made them up, wrote them up here. So Tricia just looks like a complete weirdo. Her hair, it looks like she forgot to rinse out the conditioner and it's all like smeared down on her, and her background is like an aerial shot of the Golden Gate Bridge. So she looks like she's just sitting in the middle of the air and nobody else has any kind of fancy background at all, right? Everybody else is just like sitting in their office or whatever. And then people like me and Andy Copsa just had our pictures, right? So she did know we were there. Andy Copsa's picture is very hard to miss, as is mine. So there's no way she didn't know that she had visitors from her other world that she's trying to hide. So yeah. And so then Mr. Balin, Tricia gets sworn in, and then Mr. Balin argues his motion in limine to have Tricia removed from consideration as a creditor or an administrator. Mr. Balin is Linda's lawyer. And he argues that Miss Wolford had a valid will. Miss Mills has support of animal shelter in re-administrating the will. Tricia's affidavit is unsigned. She presents no evidence. Ms. Wolford paid for Tricia's housing, which they consider compensation enough. Tricia's claim is barred by the statute of limitations. The time period, that's one thing. And then the time period that Tricia is claiming compensation for is longer than a year, which means it can't be enforced. She presents no evidence, no receipts, no dates. Tricia should be considered a stranger in these proceedings, was how they put it. And I thought he sounded good. But then Mr. Strand came along and he repeated the arguments from the response that we read yesterday to Ms. Mills' motion in limine. So breach of contract, quantum meruit, and promissory estoppel. So basically, all of those things are various ways of saying that Tricia was promised money by Janet and she's going to be out of pocket, and there will be injustice if she doesn't get what she was promised. So those are the same arguments from yesterday. Then Mr. Hager came in and identified himself as a lawyer for the city of Duncanville, the Tri-Cities situation, explains the situation regarding the animal shelter, and said he wants to be included on all filings. And he brags about his acquaintance with another city lawyer, like, oh yeah, I've known him forever, reminded me of Dr. John, like trying to say that he should be allowed to decide. I don't know, whatever, just trying to, his rhetoric was, I know the other guy really well. So listen to me. I found him super annoying, but I also don't get it. Like these people, he was informed by Patricia Griffith. So Patricia's got something, there's something in it for her to be in touch with the animal shelter. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Mr. Strand is Tricia's lawyer, and he was enjoying his 11s on camera while the other lawyer was talking. And then Mr. Balin is, again, Linda's lawyer. He argues that Ms. Mills is just trying to ensure that Ms. Wolford's bequest to the animals is fulfilled while Tricia is trying to take the house. Ms. Mills, for her part, sadly, she keeps disappearing from the screen. She never comes on camera at all. She doesn't understand the Zoom controls, and she keeps talking over the proceedings because she's not muted. She keeps leaving the hearing and coming back, and there's various different pictures, but none of them are her. And she's properly disruptive, and she has to be told to stop talking, but she can't hear, so she's unmuted and she can't hear the proceedings. So she's talking over everybody. And she never does appear in any meaningful way. She never is sworn in. She never gives any evidence. She never does anything. So hello, Lavana Diana, lucky kitty. Leva Diana, sorry, lover of bad puns. Glad to see people. And then Mr. Strand, again, Tricia's lawyer, argues that there are credible allegations against Miss Mills that she took money from the estate, which is what I believe that's what Tricia was claiming on her, what do you call them? Field trip things, right? And then Judge Jones-Johnson asks who the other attendees are, starting with Andy Copsa. And she's speaking directly to Andy, and Andy is like partway like, oh, Your Honor, speaking, and Tricia interrupts, bursts in and says, she's an internet troll. She's just an internet troll. Which was fucking great. I mean, she made herself look like a complete ass as far as I'm concerned. If she thought that the judge was going to kick her out or something, I guess, maybe, I don't know, or if she just knee-jerk reacted, but the judge didn't say anything. And then Andy said, no, I'm not, I'm a journalist. And there was some confusion. I'm not sure exactly Andy's words, but the judge thought she said she was a court reporter. So she clarified, no, I'm not a court reporter. I'm just a journalist and I'm just following the case. And then Alex Ellis identifies herself as a concerned member of the community who's been following the case. And then Dreadful Penny identifies herself as an observing member of the public. Judge Johnson then inquires about the estate's assets. Mr. Balin, Linda's lawyer, Miss Mills' lawyer, says the house, the car, the IRA, and checking and savings accounts. He does say that he thinks it's a small IRA. I don't know if he would know that or what, but that's what he says. And then Judge Jones-Johnson says they will have to appoint a third-party administrator to administer the estate because Tricia's claim and her accusations against Ms. Mills. So because there's a dispute from both sides, there's accusations from both sides, they need a third party. And they're not going to appoint either one of them administrator of the state. So Tricia didn't win that one, but neither did Linda. And then Judge Jones-Johnson goes on and says there's valid legal hurdles have not been passed. She mentions the dead man's rule and something else unintelligible that I couldn't make out, and I don't have a legal ear, so I just missed it. Maybe Andy heard it and can tell you, I'm not sure, but I missed it. And she mentions a minimum $10,000 bond and asks about the preference between a jury trial and a trial, a TBC, which is a trial before the court. So I don't know what the $10,000 bond is about. I don't understand that or who pays it or what it's paid for or against or whatever. But again, I was hoping that Kelly Kell might be here and be able to fill us in on some of the details, but Ms. Mills carries on disrupting the court by failing to mute herself and talking while the judge is talking and stuff like that. It was really too bad because she came off as completely non-compos mentis, right? If she can't manage the Zoom controls, like how can she manage this, administering this estate? And I mean, she's elderly, right? She's in her 70s at least. I looked her up, and it seems like she has an extensive career in finance. She started like in 1969, from what I could make out, and she's been doing it all these many years. So she does seem like the real article. And there was like, as far as like complaints against her, there was one complaint and 5 financial complaints, and then 1 lien. And over a career of like, seems like about 50 years, that does not seem very much or very bad. So just saying, it was unfortunate that she wasn't able to make a substantive appearance on her own behalf. It just felt a bit sad. Anyway, so both lawyers agree on a trial before the court, and that it will only take 1 day. And I'm like, ooh, that's exciting. There's going to be a trial. We'll be able to go watch the trial. How very exciting. But then Judge Jones-Johnson then asks if they can't work it out through mediation. And Mr. Balin, Linda's lawyer, says yes. He would be willing to try, but would like to schedule a trial before the court anyway. Just in case, I guess, the mediation doesn't work. And then Judge Johnson names Charlotte Key as the third-party administrator and Nathan Griffin as the mediator. There's a bit of back and forthing with that, and Peggy Johnson and Andrea Cooper, who are the court coordinators, etc., they're kind of helping out and like trying to call and make sure that these things are arranged. That's going on. And then Mr. Strand, Tricia's lawyer, asks if they should just let the administrator decide the case. And they all agree on that. And then Mr. Strand says that Tricia withdraws her motion in limine regarding being an estate administrator, because it's already been decided that they're getting a third-party administrator. And then I just looked up the dead man's rule, because I never heard of it. I didn't know anything about it. And I think it's good. I think it's pertinent, and I don't know anything about this. I mean, I wish we had a lawyer right here to tell me, because I'm thinking, like, does the administrator then have to go through the, exhibits and everything, and like all the, hey, Christina Mac, all the evidence? Because anyway, this dead man's rule, the dead man's statute or dead man's rule, is a civil evidence law that stops a living person from testifying about a private talk or deal with someone who has died if that testimony helps the living person and hurts the dead person's estate. The purpose of the rule is to stop people from lying, to protect a dead person's property, to keep things fair since the dead person can't tell their side. Key facts applies only to civil cases like estate fights or contract disputes, applies to interested witnesses who stand to gain money or property, blocks oral statements and past personal deals, does not block written proof. So yeah, that's the end of what happened today. It was only 30 minutes, and it was interesting to me. I haven't watched a lot of civil trials that are hearings or anything. I don't know that much about it, but it seemed like it was a lot more laid back than a criminal court. And there was a lot of sort of faffing around and back and forthing. So it just seemed, that's my impression of it. I don't really know much about it, but the only thing that she has in her vision that I'm aware of is that she has a text. That's what she claims. That she has a text that said, from Janet, saying, oh, I want you to have the house and all this, and I'm going to get Linda to write it all up. And then Linda never did it. So that's the only thing that I know of, but I do feel, Subtext Press said Linda's lawyers did mention that Tricia hasn't provided a shred of anything that they had an agreement or even provided services. No, and I did send, I emailed the lawyer again last night to make sure that he had links for both of the field trip videos, wherein she directly contradicts herself, right? She says things like that Beth B had a housekeeper. She goes to the house, and doesn't know which window is the kitchen. For somebody who's been cooking meals in that kitchen for 4 years, you'd think they would know which, what the window looked on, right? She admits that she stole the phone. She admits that she stole the purse. She talks about the "be me" text. She talks about the guy on her front porch, right? She shows that picture. She says that they called the city to find out who he was, or the state. She says that they're uncovered fraud to the tune of 7 figures, and then her lawyer chills. He got to look at my arm. Chills. He got chills because they never seen anything like that ever before. Remember all that? Yeah. I don't know what is up with my thing here. Tricia providing services equals cleaning out her friend's closet and phone after passing of the friend. Yeah, I mean, she will have had to do some stuff, to be sure, right? She will have had to fake being this careful, the caring friend, for sure. Oh, you couldn't really hear because other people were talking, Colette. She says, I need more information about unmuted Daphne. What was she saying? Yeah, you couldn't really hear her. You could just hear that she was talking, but she was talking while other people were talking. So you couldn't hear what she was saying. It was all just I was just bummed. I was looking forward to hearing from her or seeing her. Yeah, she got her rent paid for 4 years. I mean, God knows, right? I mean, this woman lies like she breathes. So who even knows what's true about anything? Surely she will have had to do something. Subtext Press says there's no shot that Tricia provided enough services to total the value of a house and a chunk of Janet's IRA. No, exactly. And I did see a valuation for the house today. I looked it up, and it seems like the valuation seems to be in the neighborhood of 350,000. So I don't know what Linda was saying. I think she was mostly just talking. I mean, you heard a couple of words. Mostly she was talking to whoever was in the room with her, going, well, I don't know. I can't hear them, but can they hear me? I'm not sure. That sort of thing, right? She wasn't going, damn that Tricia, I'll get her. Nothing like that. It was just confused elderly lady trying to figure out how to use Zoom. But I'm not sure that she would have testified or had anything to say anyway. Maybe it's not a great neighborhood. I have no idea. But that's what I just looked it up out of curiosity, but that's what it seems to say. And that was the number that was in one of the court filings, right? I'm not a cat. Yeah, God, that was one of my favorite things ever. I'm still... you guys know what CHCH is talking about, right? The Zoom hearing heard around the world, where the elderly lawyer had somehow he'd gotten a kitten avatar. And it was like talking, like it wasn't just a picture, it was like a talking kitten. So its lips moved when he talked, and he was saying, I can assure you, Judge, I'm not a cat. And it was all very embarrassing while he was trying to figure out how to turn off that filter. Yeah. Colette says, sometimes those are my favorite courts to watch. The person who can't mute the driver's on a suspended. Yeah. I mean, I do think, right? It seems to me, Marty Ross, I think I've been calling you Mandy all this time. Marty Ross says, it comes down to what did Janet intend since Linda dropped the ball, maybe. I mean, I think it will come down to what did Janet intend, and whether or not Tricia can provide any proof of that, right? And I think that if she could, she would have done so already. That's my guess, right? Yeah, I mean, that's what she looked like, Her Majesty. Like she forgot to rinse out the conditioner. Her hair is all like plastered. She just looked like a super weirdo, right? And she was trying to be all classy with her Golden Gate Bridge thing in the background, and everybody else was being professional with their office in the background. So, yeah, and that single text, I mean, if these guys have not watched those videos, if that lawyer has not watched those videos, then he's not worth the money that he's being paid. But if he does watch those videos, he can very easily go, how do we know, even if the text is there, how do we even know that Tricia didn't send it herself? Right? She's got form. Hey, John Smith, nice to see you. Yeah, I mean, she's a mess. Yeah, me too. Me too, Subtext Pressed. She says, I laughed out loud when I saw Tricia. She's so messy, I swear. Yeah. Like, exactly. Like, the Golden Gate Bridge background aerial shot. So she's like floating up there in the air above San Francisco Bay is chef's kiss, right? Yeah, such a waste of the court's time. Well, the thing that I wonder, right, is like if it all gets sorted by an administrator who just goes, okay, this money all goes to this animal shelter. Hi, Haley. Then what about the whole thing of like Tricia started this whole thing, right? None of this would be happening if Tricia hadn't put in she started with her motion to determine heirship. Remember, she was trying to pretend like there was no will, and you can't watch it, Michelle DeMattis. It's you attend live or you don't see it. They do not allow any recording, and they're very serious. You can get in proper trouble if you record it and replay it and stuff. So I didn't even want to. I had thought, well, maybe I could just screen record it just for my own, so I can go back over it and take notes and stuff. But I was like, I don't know if they somehow could detect that I was screen recording or something and then get me kicked out. Like, I just didn't want to mess with it. So that's why I made notes. I tried to make as many notes as I could and then write them up while I still could remember what happened. But it was pretty quick. Like, it wasn't super exciting. Tricia didn't do anything other than get sworn in. And call Andy Copsa an internet troll, which was so great. Literally interrupted. The judge was addressing Andy, and Tricia burst in to say, she's an internet troll, which is incredibly rude and a good indication of who Tricia is. And why would she have internet trolls? Good question. But what I'm wondering about is like, yeah, what about the fact that this is a huge nuisance? Tricia started it all, right, with the motion to determine heirship, and she was hoping that there would be no will and she could make her claim to be the heir. And then when the wills showed up, she put in her motion in limine to be the administrator of the estate. And then all of this, like, it's all on her say so, right? So if it all gets sorted out by an administrator and the administrator decides, let's say the administrator decides Tricia's just a nuisance and all of the money goes to the shelter as it was originally decided, does Tricia, like, is there a mechanism whereby Tricia can then be punished and be made to pay for Linda's court fees and that kind of stuff? Like, I don't understand how that works. Yeah, I mean, yeah, lady sitting under a bridge calls Andy a troll. Got it. Yeah. So I don't know. I hope that is Glam Dolly. I mean, right? We could Glam Dolly would be a great name for Tricia these days. I mean, who the hell wears brooches anymore? Tricia throws so much of Janet's costume jewelry on for each Web Sleuths live. She looks like a Christmas tree. Yeah, she looks ridiculous. She's got no style. She got no class. She got no boundaries. She got nothing. I mean, and if Tricia had any class or any money or anything about her, I would not. There's nothing wrong with taking. You could. fashion always comes back, right? And you could take all those extremely expensive suits and blazers and all that stuff and get them, tailored to fit you properly, take out the shoulder pads, maybe narrow the lapels or do whatever, right? To make them wearable, to make them fit her instead of making her look like she's dressing up in her auntie's clothes and has no awareness of how ridiculous she looks. Although I do have to say, as ridiculous as she looks, she is less off-putting to me in this incarnation than she was before, in her disgusting array of outfits and hairstyles. And I mean, she's an exhibitionist, our Tricia, right? And at least she does look ridiculous, but she doesn't look as bad as she did before, in my opinion. She should consider renaming her channel Web Thief. Yeah, she should, but she won't. Anyway, so that's the end of that. I thought that it might be fun just to watch the field trip video again. Dreamfeed Media went to a lot of trouble to I think, was it Dally Talk saved the second one whole, but nobody else had saved the first one. And so Dreamfeed Media went and painstakingly clipped one of Jolene's lives so that we could have the first field trip again. So I thought it might be fun to watch it again. I responded to it. I didn't respond to the actual. I can't remember why. Maybe she had already deleted it. I can't remember, but I didn't respond to the actual video. I just watched Jolene's live and took notes on all of it and then did that. So I've never actually done this one on my channel. So it seemed like a good opportunity. Yeah, Dally Talk. Shout out to Dally Talk for saving that video. I mean, that's the copy that I sent to the lawyers. So, and this is the first one I've never responded to the actual video. So, and Dreamfeed Media just did such a spanking good job of it. I feel like we should just watch it again. So, unless people are, well, you can leave if you don't like it, I suppose. We'll just watch it. Let's go. Just whistling Dixie. Nice to see you.
There we go.
Yep.
Make sure this is in tight. Thank you. Okay. Okay, there we go.
Yep. Sweet Universe says, oh, we're losing her.
I don't know. Are you?
No,
Are you losing me?
Now you sound good.
Well, I'm sure it'll be in and out while I drive there.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay? Okay, you got to answer me clearly and slowly. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, shut up, Tricia, just for a second. CH, thank you. Just CH. Says attorney's fees. The court can order the person who made the false claim to pay the opposing side's legal expenses and attorney's fees, even if it goes through an administrator, sounds like. So thank you for that. Glad to know.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because all I
HMS Gen X lady says, did I miss when the next court hearing date is? There isn't one at this point. At this point, both sides have agreed to the court appointed a third party administrator, and they have agreed, the parties have agreed to let the administrator decide. Now, I suppose, again, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but I suppose that, the administrator might get, oh no, I can't decide. And then it would have to go back to court. But as far as what happened today, they agreed to let an administrator decide. And I think that they set a date for a trial before the court just in case. That's how I understood it. But they didn't, or they talked about setting a date, but they didn't agree on any date in the hearing.
hear, Stacey, all I hear is But
Oh,
is she burping or is she saying
No.
yes?
she's touching me, Mom.
Stop it. I'll turn this car around. I will turn it around if you don't behave, damn it.
Yep. We
No,
heard that a lot in our.
boy, did I hear that a lot, I'll tell you. Almost there, guys. Probably got about 5 or 6 more minutes. So it was amazing how I was able to find a rental house, literally a straight line to Beth B's house. You know,
Oh, wow.
it's out of all of Dallas looking for a place to live, you know, that finding one that close is pretty amazing.
Pretty amazing, eh, Tricia? HMS Gen X lady says, I wonder how long that will take. Yeah, I understand it can take time. So I have literally no idea about that, but I do understand it can take some time. So
Yeah, that is.
So there were lots of things that happened that just fell into place beautifully.
Uh,
Okay, let's see. Turn you up. Here's a cop car right here. Damn.
uh,
Okay, well, not me. Let's see. But this is by Beth B's house. Maybe they were doing a drive-by.
okay, you guys are more interesting than these two idiots. So Sips of Coffee says, when a third party handles it, does the outcome ever become available to the public? Not sure. Maybe just CH can answer that. Also, thank you, random old lady, so very much for the $10. Thanks for attending. I thank you so much for the donation. I super appreciate that. And then also, where is it? Lucia says, I wouldn't trust Trisha's driving. Who's tied up in her trunk? Is this the one when I don't know, somebody probably, but is this the one where she has a penguin, a stuffed penguin in the car with her?
Pulled somebody over. Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to come up from the back, I think. It's so strange to come over here and not have her here. I'd walk in and she'd always go, hello, 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 hello. Just happy, happy, happy.
Oh,
She wasn't supposed to die, but she didn't tell anybody she was sick. I swear if I see her again, I'll be so happy and so angry at the same time. Because I know we could have, I know we could have saved her if she would have just told us early on that she had breast cancer, that she had a sore, that she had a bump, something, but she didn't. She hid it.
Yeah.
Just hid it. Kept saying that she had a sinus infection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Just Me says this hits a little differently this time. And yeah, it does, right? It's a little bit like listening to the 9-hour live again all these months later, knowing everything that we know now, right? We didn't know anything at this point, really, right? Wasn't this like the discovery of Jolene? Was like, what is this? She go, what? This was the one, right? And we didn't know anything. Whew, we were just little green thumbs.
That's why she was getting weaker. And I'm like, yeah, I don't buy that. Okay, almost. Yeah. How well can you see me? Can you see me at all?
Oh, right now I see your shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Okay. You know, what's important is that you pay attention. So
yeah, I'm not looking. I am not looking at my phone at all, and I can hear you just fine. So.
Oh, good. Yeah, it stopped cutting out. So
good. Okay, so we're coming upon Beth B's, and I've let the neighbors that I know, and they know my car. The problem is it's so damn dark. We've got some solar lights now in the back. I'm going to see if they work. Hang on here. Let's go in here, take a look. Now the neighbors know my car, so hopefully these lights will turn on.
there.
Let's see.
Yeah, Kathy Lynch says, I always loved talking to Beth B in chat.
Oh, she was wonderful. She was. Okay. Oh, I see the solar lights on the other side. Okay. Hang on. I'm just going to get out and check this gate real quick. I think the lock is on the other side. I'm not sure. But hang on. I'm going to take you with me.
And 45 people to the neighborhood?
I should have told them. There might be a crowd limit. I'm not sure. We'll see here. We'll see if there's a crowd limit. Let me put on my Lori Daybell glasses. Hang on. There we go.
That's terrible. Yeah.
Let's see.
I was thinking about Glam Dolly says, I guess her lawyer doesn't care if his client's a scammer as long as she pays him. And I was wondering about that. Like, has he picked up on the fact that she is obviously a scammer, or is he falling for the dippy old lady Tricia act? Because people do, lots and lots of people do. Her mask is this silly old woman,
Oh, okay. I guess let me turn the phone around so you guys. How can I do that? Camera. There we go. Now let's do this. There we go. Padlock. That's good. Let's see. Let me see it here. Where is it? There it is. And I think there's another lock on the back, a bike lock. So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Just look around here. Yeah, this damn yard is so dark.
Surprised we can see this well, though. I thought it was going to be really, really dark.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna need a flashlight because I'm gonna walk all the way just a little bit here where her fence goes because I'm sure they get in over the fence,
Mm-hmm.
They jump in over the fence. So let me grab my big old flashlight. Here it is.
Just call me. Kim asks, why are we going at night? I think in case somebody's there, because.
Well, what I want somebody to see me here so they're less likely to go, oh, I want to go break in.
Yeah.
That's all. And plus I don't have time during the day. I really don't. And I just wanted to check it out and see that's that. Okay. Yeah, that's good. She put a new fence up and she put the smooth side on the outside so nobody could climb it.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was, and these neighbors.
She put the smooth side on the outside because that's the finished side and it faces outwards. Are you Tricia I mean, I just always picture her in this thinking that like she thinks that she's being this super scrappy little fighter for justice and that's how she looks to all her friends, that she's out there fighting for Beth B's house and making sure that everything's safe. And she's so knowledgeable about stuff like which side of the fence you put out to the front and why.
Across the way here are really good at watching her house. She's got a huge yard. And one of the neighbors mowed it for us today. So it looks like somebody's, here. I just wish they had. What?
Marlene Clausen mentions, you could use a flashlight on your phone too.
Oh, that's true. But this one's more powerful.
Nice.
So otherwise I would. And also there's a pipe leaking, but I'm sure it's a city pipe.
I mean, it's a stupid thing to comment on maybe, but like she already has a flashlight out. Why would you say, you could use the flashlight on your phone too? And I'm only saying that because to me, that's an indication of like how daft the people are who follow her and think that this is cool and okay for her to be doing this.
Because her water's turned off. There's a person that somehow managed to turn off all the utilities, even though they weren't in her name.
Wow.
I don't know how she did that.
Yeah.
That's one thing that she's happened. So let's see, you can probably see that. Can you see the garage? Okay, so good. Let me back up here. Safety first.
Yeah.
Always safety first. I can tell a little bit about the story.
This is a really great point. HMS Gen X lady says, I just hope they don't settle with her to get rid of her, as she would spin that so much. And I think that, yeah, absolutely she would. But I think that she's going to spin it no matter what, right? Like even if she loses, she's going to spin it like it was crafty, nasty Linda up to nasty tricks that undermined her or something like that, right? Subtext Press says, I'm glad I didn't see this live in real time because I absolutely would have been disgusted enough to drive right over there and ask her what in the actual fuck she was doing. Yeah, I mean, I wish you had, honestly. Oh my God, we've got somebody who said no to the what the actual fuck. A couple people said no. What the actual fuck? No. Well, I bet it's time to end the poll anyway. I'm just going to end the poll on 97%. 97% of people say yes. What the fuck? I am one of them. Yeah, no shit, right? The lock is to keep you out, Tricia. Yeah, I think it probably is, right? DSA Bo says if she loses, she will say she won because the puppies and kitties got the money. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. She will spin it in some way. That was all I wanted, the Hollywood ending. I just wanted to make sure that the money went where it belonged and that horrible Linda wasn't trying to steal it all. And she won't tell her supporters that she is trying to get the house off her, right? Her Majesty says this type of case is not typically one that would settle with someone who has no legal rights under a valid will. Yeah, I can't see why they would. Like, why? It's not like we're not at, Kmart. Is Kmart a thing in the States? We're not at like Nordstrom's or something where she's going, but my coupon. And they're like, yeah, expired last week. And they're just going to give her the deal anyway because shut up. I really, really, really hope she gets fuck nothing, and I hope she gets slammed with paying fees. Tanya says, yes, I'm sure she was trying to stay there and steal the clothes and anything else she could, and they turned off the power and changed the locks to keep her out. Yeah, I think that you're absolutely right. Kmart moved down under. Yeah, we don't have them here anymore either, but I don't know why Kmart popped into my head, but they've been gone for about a decade, probably, from Canada. Her supporters she doesn't show them that stuff, and they don't go looking, right? So that's my guess. HMS Gen X lady says, of course, her supporters will overlook her own statements versus her affidavits. They won't even look at her affidavits. This is it, right? She's got them thinking that we're all just telling lies about her for fun, right? And the fact that there was a little bit of confusion over the $100 donation, which isn't really any confusion at all, but Tricia can spin it that way, right? She's got them all thinking that we're just making shit up out of whole cloth just to make her look bad. So they're not even going to bother looking, a lot of them. And even somebody said to me that somebody was asking after Junebug yesterday, who used to come over to my channel and troll us about Tricia, saying Tricia's a wonderful person and she never pretended to do a strip tease and she doesn't have a gambling habit and all that. And then she watched the deposition videos and then she was like, oh my God, she really said all those things. She really is a terrible person. And then she was like around all the time and she was like, Penny, you're my new favorite. And I feel so bad about, being mean to all the people and blah, blah, blah. And she went on like that for a bit. And she was here all the time. And then she just completely disappeared. And then somebody yesterday told me that she's back in Tricia's chats supporting Tricia. So, I wouldn't like to say what her motivation was. Maybe the habit is just too hard to break, right? The content that I do is very, very different from Tricia's content. And if that's what she's been watching for years and being a part of that community, this is not the same kind of community or the same kind of content. So maybe she just can't quit Tricia. They just can't quit her.
Yeah.
I have Beth B's phone. She told me to take care of it. And you all know that I got that text message the day after she died. I can't explain it. I want somebody to explain it to me. I don't really believe it was an afterlife thing. But
all right.
The text said, be me, B-E space M-E. She was a researcher, her adult life, most of her adult life. She was a researcher for a major company. So I took that to me. Wait, whoa, okay, hold on. Car parked right out front. I'm just going to pull up right behind them. F them. And watch it be a cop. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the lights?
The tail lights, yeah.
Again, what does that mean? Like, watch it be a cop. Well, what if it was? What's the point? That's just for her. That's for her viewers. Ooh, Tricia, the cops. Ooh, Tricia's on she's sleuthing. Oh, Tricia, be careful, Tricia. Be careful. Like, what if it was a cop? Who fucking cares? So ridiculous.
Yeah. That's not actually right in front of her house. That's right up from her house. We'll just sit here for a minute. See, this is what I was worried about, that maybe somebody's watching the house and I wanted them to see me. So, but anyway, we started researching, and we found some incredible documents, thanks to Sophie.
Yep.
And these documents proved hardcore fraud. They are now in the hands of the authorities. And
Right? Where's the hardcore fraud? I feel like she would have mentioned that in her affidavit, no? The hardcore fraud and the documents in the hands of the authorities. I feel like that might have come up in the affidavit, no?
there's somebody that desperately wants that phone from me. What they don't understand is the phone doesn't matter now, because the evidence is off the phone.
Right. Yeah.
Again, so she's trying to imply that the evidence that they found evidence on the phone of fraud to the tune of 7 figures, and that all these documents are now in the hands of the authorities, and that they have, you know, whatever attempts that Linda was going to make. That's why she wanted the phone. She needs that phone. She needs that phone. When, like, of course they need the phone, dummy. Like, this is her life. They're trying to wind up her life, and you have fucked off with her phone and her purse, 2 of the most important personal items that belong to any of us, right? And Data stays with the phone, but she's trying to imply that Linda wanted the phone because the phone had the evidence of Linda's ne'er-do-well theft of fraud to the tune of 7 figures. When really, like, all of that would just be on Beth B's phone. Beth B, who couldn't even work the fucking phone, as far as we know. Like, please. Yeah. She has clearly never handled an estate. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just so. I mean, it's not like this is not my first go round. I know all about this. I got the fucking deposition videos. We have seen her lie and lie and lie and lie. Hi, the Olaf, nice to see you. And yet I'm still here going, oh my God, what is she doing? Like, it's like Lauren. It's so enraging. How can people act like this?
So,
Yeah.
oh, sorry. I think this guy was flipping me off because I have my brights in his face. I didn't mean to. So. Okay, I just want to watch. Yeah, I looked at him, I'm like, oh, is he waving at me? Oh, no, he's not. He's giving me the 1 finger salute. Okay, I just want to see, make sure he goes into a house across the street.
So Jules and me, the phone was an older model and she couldn't send a text.
Yeah, it could not be,
But could be sent later. Yeah.
Yeah, pre-programmed. Yeah, you couldn't do that. You know, and of course people are saying, well, you did it. You did it. I'm like, no, I didn't. No, it was the day after she died. Now the phones were next to each other.
Oh my God, all this stuff about the phones is so very, very clearly a case of the lady doth protest too much, methinks. My God. And she has no idea how she comes across, right? I mean, I don't know. I always say this. They have no idea how they come across. Who would ever believe this? And yet, she continues to have in the neighborhood of 50,000 subscribers who think she can do no wrong, and that she has been railroaded by the mean girls. So clearly these people know something that I don't, and I think it's literally just about being totally fucking brazen, because you lack shame, basically, right? Because shame stops most of us from behaving in this way. And these people clearly don't possess that ordinary human emotion.
I was picking up my phone. I had put down her phone. I was picking up my phone when I heard her. I had assigned to her the owl sound. It goes, hoo-hoo. and I heard that. Nobody else has that sound but her. And I about had a heart attack. And then I looked at it and it said, be me. And she had not been able to text for about 10 days. The last text I got from her was 10 days before she died.
Oh my God.
Because she couldn't, her fingers couldn't.
Oh my God, the Olaf, I can't believe you missed the poll. We had a poll, and the poll was, what the fuck? Yes or no? And I feel like you would have said yes. Because yeah, I had actually forgotten about the whole frontal lobe thing. It just never ends with these people. Penny, you just took the high thoughts right out of my brain. Well, oh, the high ones? These high ones? Alabama. Amy says, thanks, everyone. I can't imagine her as a mother. No, God, who can? Jesus. Her boy will. Will he or won't he? Who can say? I like to sleep peacefully. That's my why. Yeah. What year did the org Janet cited in her will cease to exist? Yeah, I'm not super clear on that, Marty Russ. It was not clear in the hearing at all. The lawyer that spoke about that was not clear, so I don't know. I mean, it's not like the lawyer. They were. I think they were saying like, "Oh, there is no animal shelter anymore." But I don't know all the details of that. If anybody else has dug into that, I would be delighted to hear the details. Brazen, no shame. Those were the words swirling around, and then you said them. Oh, right. Thanks, Hannah. Hey, 900 joules from Tanya. Thank you, duckling. Aw, ducklings. Now, ducklings, right? Compare Tricia. What would you rather think about, a duckling or Tricia? I mean, we all spend a lot of time thinking about Tricia, let's face it.
Couldn't do it. Anyway, somebody really wants this phone. I keep getting these. Well, we were able to change a recovery code phone. You know how you have recovery code phone numbers, everybody? We were able to change the recovery code phone number to my phone number. So I keep getting these codes from Apple because somebody else has her Apple iPads and saying, don't give this code to anybody. So somebody's trying to get in. And I think they think if they get the phone, they can get the codes so they can change the passwords. But again, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter anymore. So, but we'll see. Well, I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea. I do know that she thought she had everything all done, all lined up. And she told me she did. She told me where everything was. And come to find out, it wasn't. Right. And that's the problem. We did tell everybody about the doorbell guy, right? Ding dong, ding dong.
I'm not sure if we did or not. I'm not sure.
I was getting those codes in the middle of the night, and I got like 2 of them. It was a few weeks ago. And the next morning, I was expecting my friend to come over, who's also was Janet's friend, Beth B's friend, and she has the key to my house. And I hear my screen door open, and it's like an hour before she's supposed to be there. I'm like, well, gosh, she's early. And so I get up to go open the door so she doesn't have to use her key. And I hear boom, 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 ding dong, boom, 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 ding dong, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, oh my God, I have a Ring camera. So I looked, and it's a guy, and he's in a blue shirt, and he's got a tag around his neck. You know, what are those called? Lanyard. And it says Texas, but you can't see what else it says on it.
Oh, do I?
And he's carrying what looks like a book.
Are they annoying? Do they need to go, or trolls? I don't see any trolls. I just see people I know. Her Majesty with the ducks. Tri-City Animal Shelter still exists. Oh, well, I will just have to. Sorry, I don't see any trolls. Look at my vote tally. Oh, okay, in the audience. Okay. Oh, people are picking Tricia? Are you kidding? Tricia, 6%. Yeah, those are the people that said, what the fuck? No. Dream Feed Media, are you here? Yeah, that's right. No police reports. When I FOIA'd, Stacy made claims that she made a police report and that they phoned all the city or the state or the county or whatever to find out who the guy in the blue shirt was. Griffith Media, sorry I missed your I missed your comment until after the hearing. Subtext Press says I went to the shelter recently, made a short little video to show people. Oh my goodness, how amazing. Where can we see it? That's incredible. God, I love you people. Everybody here is like so on it. I absolutely love it.
Bag, a computer bag, but it looks like it has tools in it. It's lumpy and it looks heavy. And boom, 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 ding, dong, ding, for 3 full minutes. And then all of a sudden, and he's looking at his phone the whole time he's doing this. All of a sudden, he stops and he literally jumps in his car, which is parked behind mine, and takes off. He did not have a license on the front of his car. In Texas, you're required to have it both front and back.
Oh my God, she's just lying. She's just making shit up. This guy like running out and leapt in his car and peeled off. Like, what the fuck? Is it James Bond? It's a sad reminder to us all to update our will. Time moves so fast. However, if Janet redid it, Tricia would have pressured her into leaving her the house. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Glam Dolly, this has only just occurred to me right this minute. Maybe that's why she didn't redo it. Because she didn't want the pressure. I mean, she certainly didn't, did she? And if in 2021 she was capable of making those promises to Tricia and arranging for Tricia to move all the way to a different state and arranging for Tricia's rent to be paid and all the rest of it, surely she was compos mentis enough to change her will.
Stacy son was able to figure out what the tag, what government agency the tag was from, because in Texas, and I called the police. I made a police report. I'm like, yeah, can I make a police report for aggressive doorbell ringing? About laugh. But we couldn't read what the tag said. It just said Texas, and then it had certain lines on it. And
Marissa Monroe says, I can't read the poll question. The poll question is which one? It just says which one, but really, which one do you prefer? And your choices are ducklings and Tricia. Ducklings is the choice on the top. Tricia is the choice on the bottom.
Well, in Texas, what the cop told me was that if you go like door to, if you show up and you work for an agency, you have to have an ID that shows your license, has your license number that for whatever government agency you work for. Well, what was the agency that your son was able to figure out was the card?
It's like a Texas Department of Insurance. I'll have to go double check.
Insurance and final. It was, what was it?
I think it was the Department of. I have to go double check, says Stacy. Like, this guy was trying to murder Tricia, and you can't even remember what the name of the organization that he was pretending to work for is? Stacy, is that believable? Because it's not believable to me. That seems ridiculous. Can I share this right now? Subtext Press, is this what we want to do this right now? I am down with that. I assume that you're sending it to me so that I can share it. Oh no, it won't let me. Hang on, here we go. Here we go, people. Why does it make no sound? Does it not have sound? This is the shelter. Beth B's only creditors. Oh my God, this is incredible. I can't see where to turn on volume, and I don't have an X account, so I might not be able to, even if I could see it. But oh my god! Oh, oh, I want them all. Oh my god, I want that one. Who doesn't want all of these dogs? Oh my god, I'll take the cats too. Oh my god, changing lives one paw at a time. Ah, justice for Beth B. Oh my god, thank you so much. Haha, there it is. The beginning. It's not giving me any controls to work with here. Let's just watch it again because the dogs are so cute. I love dogs. They're always so happy. Oh, look at that little guy. Oh, I want that one. Apples. Let's go that one. Let's go get that one. Oh, this is amazing. Look at that. Oh, I'm so glad you did this. This is awesome. This is awesome. Look at those beautiful dogs. Aw. Meow. Changing lives one paw at a time. Well, I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for sending that over. I absolutely love that. Thank you so much. It's always been open. There were two very good boys me and my daughter were so close to bringing home, says Subtext. So when you were there taking the video, yeah, I can't go in those places. It's like IKEA. I can't go to IKEA either. I just end up with things I can't afford and I don't need. Just amazing, though. Thank you so much for sharing that. How awesome. I just love this community. Everybody's so amazing. This is Dreamfeed Media's video that we're watching here, right? I gave the shout out. And then Subtext Press over there. Everybody pulling together. I love it.
I'm afraid to look. 'Cause I'm afraid it will
Here.
stop. It's like
Oh,
Texas.
yeah. Texas Department of Insurance.
But
Yeah.
but it also says insurance, HMO, and final. What was the one? Final
Oh, okay. Yeah. Life, accident, health, and HMO final expenses.
expenses. Yeah, like an agency that says, hey, you have money coming from you for an insurance company, or from an insurance policy, or you owe money because whatever. That's what the agency he was claiming to represent. But Stacy called that agency and they told her they would absolutely leave a card, or more likely leave a letter in an envelope saying, we've been here, here's why, blah, blah, blah. But none of that. He did none of that. And here's the strangest part of all. And it was Love and Coco that noticed this on the phone number. I'm not the phone number, sorry, on the phone. The guy's holding the phone, reading it, ding dong, bum, bum, bum. And he's holding a picture. And she texted me back the close-up of the phone, and she said, look at that picture he's holding. And I looked, and it's really blurry. But my first thought was, oh my God, that's my son. And I went, and then in my mind, it's a split-second thought. I thought, oh, that's ridiculous. But I thought, it looks like my shape of my face. Anyway, we went back and forth, and we decided we can't say it is me. We can't say it isn't me. It would make sense if it was me. He had a picture of me to make sure he had the right person. That's what I would think. Well, I sent it to my son, and I just said, what do you think of this? That's all I said. And he goes, why does that dude have a picture of me from high school? And I went, oh my.
Why does that dude have a picture of me from high school? And I went, oh my God. Like, shouldn't the police be at her house right now? Like, if that was real? If some stranger showed up on your doorstep with a lumpy book bag and a picture of your kid? Ding dong, bum, bum, bum. Wouldn't you call the cops? I mean, obviously she's an idiot, but she's trying to suggest that some strange guy has a picture of her kid on his phone, and yet she's not going to do any actual follow-up about it. Just bizarre.
My God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, it's blurry. But when I first saw it, that was my thought, because I know what my son looked like in high school. I know what his hair was like. Again, we can't say for sure, but it's like, what the hell? And that's, Stacy, that's what I keep saying. What the hell is going on? What is going on?
Some questions in chat. So
Starting to give a shit says, too bad that video can't get dropped in a Tricia live. Yeah, you can't seem to get through to these people anyways, but yeah, they, I mean, I don't honestly recommend going over there and trying to talk to Tricia or trying to engage her chatters or whatever the fuck they're called, the mad chatters. Is that them? These people don't listen. They don't change. They're not, you just wear yourself out, and it's your energy and it's your passion and your caring and your stuff that gets used up on these people. And it just gives them, it also gives them something to fight back against in front of their, fans, whatever they want to call them, so that it makes them look even more like they're being hard done by, and also like they're fighting the good fight, right? It's the reason that she did these field trips, right? It's to get people involved and make people feel like they have a personal investment in all of this, right? So, I mean, it's not that I don't think people should call her on her bullshit, but I just think if you're going to try to engage her in an actual conversation and show her evidence and get her to respond to that evidence in real time, she is not going to fucking do it. Right? And you're going to be bashing your head against that wall. At least over here, we have each other, right? Over there, not so much. That's just my opinion. You're all grown-ups.
Tell everybody, when I called the Texas Department of Insurance, what they told me was the only reason somebody from their agency would come to a house is if they had an appointment set, because they were there to evaluate, say a roof or something in the house to see if you qualified for the insurance. And another reason is they said if there's a fraud being investigated, but she said it would be detectives that came to your door. And they would definitely leave a card or a note, a letter. And so she told me that I was on the phone with her for a while. I asked her a lot of questions.
Yeah, nobody believes you, Stacy. I mean, in my opinion, it's worse than a waste of time, right? It's not just that you waste your time. It's that it's defeating, and none of us needs to feel defeated. Is my thought.
And then she told me she believes it was somebody impersonating their agency. And she gave me the email to contact the fraud unit and give them all the information. So that's where we are now with that.
And she said this does happen. I mean, it's not uncommon, right?
Right.
So again, we can't say for sure it's connected to this, but it's just odd that happened like 6 hours after I gotten those messages saying that, here is your free code. Don't get.
This is a good question. Tanya says, is Stacy complicit with her lies, or does she believe Tricia's BS? I personally think that she's complicit. These types of people manage to put their heads together and come up with the same beliefs, right? So even at the point where maybe they are colluding to pull some grift, they have already justified why it's okay for them to do that, right? They have already found a way to say, well, it wasn't my fault. And if it was, there was extenuating circumstances. And if there weren't, there were, they always find a way. So for me, it's hard to imagine sitting down with another person and bringing up the topic of ripping off old people and how we might join together as a team to do that. But that's not how they do it. What they initially do is they tell a small lie in front of that person. And if that person doesn't call them on the lie, then they tell a bigger lie the next time. They pull a bigger grift until they get to the point where they know that the person won't call them on their bullshit, and then they can start to bring them in with, oh, you know, we really could use some extra money for the servers. And then they both just agree to say, yeah, it's for the servers. That's my take on how this works between them.
Get this to anybody from Apple. And, you know, Beth B had Apple iPads, and that's the only person I know. And I know that the recovery code, I just know that I know that's what it's for without going into a whole lot of detail. But yeah, so I don't know, guys. It's
Salty's Lou says, sorry, I'm late. Well, I mean, that's totally fine. We're just glad you could make it. We are watching the first field trip video again that Dreamfeed Media so painstakingly clipped together from one of Jolene's lives.
so weird. I can't figure out what's going on. I can't. We are waiting on a few things. Hopefully, I'll be able to tell you more when it. There's even a bigger woo-woo that I still can't believe it. I can't. I need somebody that understands Apple phones, iPhones, to explain it to me.
I mean, eventually she talks to the greatest iPhone experts the world has ever known, and none of them can figure it out either. So it's a real mystery how Tricia, who was in possession of both phones, received a text from Beth B after she passed. It's a mystery. It's a total fucking mystery.
Because the experts that I've told to, they say they're experts. They say there's no way that what I claim happened. And I got to figure it out. I don't know. I will say that when I showed the lawyer my evidence, he said to me a couple of times that this is bigger than the both of us, so get ready.
More than once.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide who's going to.
That guy, Mr. Strand, her lawyer, he's like a skinny, scrawny little guy who looks a bit like what's his name, Josh Hawley or somebody like that, with that kind of weaselly face. So I guess that's who she's referring to, the lawyer that told her this is bigger than the both of us. And I got chills. Because he didn't mention anything about 7-figure fraud today or chills of any kind.
Going to play Stacy, and who's going to.
The lawyer, Marissa Monroe, is youngish, 40 maybe.
Play her son.
He can tell that how old I am if 40 is youngish.
Yeah. And poor Beth B. I mean, she didn't want any of this, you know. She thought everything was all set up nice, that everything, and she didn't want to bother anybody. That was her big thing. She didn't want to bother anybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she would not be happy.
No,
There is no fucking way that Stacy is not complicit in this. Because there's no way, in my mind, that Beth B wouldn't want to bother anybody. That is a straight up lie to cover their fucking shenanigans. And they're both telling it, and they're both agreeing. Oh, yeah, we know her so well. Oh, yeah. This is narrative building, and Stacy is fully in on it.
I try and think about I know what she would do if she were me.
What are we replaying? I'll go back a little minute. 1840. Let's go back to 1740. I'm not sure how far back I need to go, but I think a minute is enough, probably. There we go.
Experts that I've told to, they say they're experts. They say there's no way that what I claim happened. And I got to figure it out. I don't know. I will say that when I showed the lawyer my evidence,
That's right.
he said to me a couple of times that this is bigger than the both of us, so get ready, whatever that means.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide who's going to play Stacy and who's going to play her son. Yeah. And poor Beth B. I mean, she didn't want any of this, you know. She thought everything was all set up nice, that everything, and she didn't want to bother anybody. That was her big thing. She didn't want to bother anybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she would not be happy.
No, I try and think about well, I know what she would do if she were me. She'd be doing exactly what I'm doing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Hypnotizes Lobsters is saying, how weird is it that there were no last names in Tricia's document, or were those redacted? No, they were not redacted from what I saw. And I don't know. I mean, maybe they just, at this point, don't need the full name or something. I don't know. I couldn't say. Thank you so much, Julie Newman. Hey, long time no see. 1,000 jewels. Corgi. I love a good corgi. Were you here for the video of the animal shelter where the money is meant to be going? Because if not, you should go back about 5 minutes. It's definitely worth your time.
But if she were here, she'd be telling me, don't do it. Don't worry about it. Just move on.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what she.
Exactly, Maury says, just like Lauren directing all kinds of made-up narratives, thinking no counter narrative will ever get platformed. Yeah, they run all the same playbook. These people, they all do the same shit. I was going to post a thing. Oh, where is it? Do any of you guys follow Microdots, the account that did all the videos about the Karen Reid trial? If you don't, go check them out because they're very good. Like the production value is amazing. He does an amazing job. Hey, Kelly, you're here. Yay. He put out the video today, but yesterday he put out a post saying that Brian Higgins, the cop from the Karen Reid trial, is suing him. Oh my God, I should find it. I should just find it because God, it is so... It's Lauren's playbook. It's Lauren fucking Matthias's playbook. But exactly. Here it is. Last week, a FOIA revealed that Brian Higgins went to the Massachusetts State Police to file a report against me, claiming he lives in a constant state of fear and fears for his safety. The accusations are very serious. This video is my response. So he put this is the post from yesterday, and the video is now on YouTube. It was first on Patreon. But this guy's videos are amazing, and this is the exact fucking playbook. I'm afraid for my life. I'm terrified. I'm being stalked. I'm being harassed. I'm being harmed. And it's literally being harmed by people telling facts about you to the public. It's insane. Microdots is awesome. You guys all need to go see Microdots. That's posts. Let me just go home. I will drop the link for all of you all. Yeah, these videos they're amazing. He does serious deep dives, and the production value is, I could only dream of such production values.
She'd be telling me, but she's a big fat hypocrite because she would not do that herself. If the situation was reversed and I was the one that was gone and she was discovering this.
This one too, this whole thing, right? She's like, oh, she would just let it go. Just let it go. It's no big deal. Why would anybody bother? Why even bother? Just let it go.
She wouldn't rest, until it was figured out. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just glad that what we found is now in the appropriate hands. But again, we're just waiting to see what happens. I maybe nothing will happen, you guys. I just don't know. I know I'm speaking in tongues in like just
in tongues.
in tongues. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm speaking, in just not giving you real information, but I really do want to talk about it because I would like to get.
I love you people with all the information. Alabama Amy says Microdots went to school with John O'Keefe. He has documented everything Aiden has done to get justice for OJO. John O'Keefe? Officer John O'Keefe. Yeah. I had no idea that he went to school with John O'Keefe. Yeah, his videos they're something else, man. I mean, if I was Brian Higgins, I would be scared too. But he's not scared for his safety. He's scared for his freedom.
I'd like to get your thoughts, but I can't tell you. I really can't tell you anymore. I wish I could. I am certainly not saying, oh, my life's in danger or nothing dramatic like that. I don't know what's going on. I just know somebody really wants that phone.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Somebody really wants that phone. Of course they do, Tricia. The woman is dead and you've stolen her personal items.
I may step out here, guys, and take my flashlight with me for just a second. I don't want it to trigger the cops, though. I just want to take a look at the porch really quickly. I'll take you guys with me, okay? That was so funny, that guy flipping me off. I thought he was waving at me. I thought he was being nice. Then I realized my bride's so right in his face, and it's like, oh, no wonder, Tricia. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm talking to my daughter. She said she got flipped off while she's driving by. She's only Tricia.
Yeah. I'm thinking, oh, he's waving at me. What a nice man.
Off the baby door.
How nice. I need to take a picture of this car. That's what I need to do. Take it with my other phone because I don't want to. Okay.
Literally, what the fuck is she doing? She's going around surveilling innocent people for content, for her fucking chatters. Like, what a numbskull. It is so embarrassing to watch her.
Okay. Let me just make sure this gate is locked. Oh, yeah. The yard looks really nice, you guys. Okay. Oh, good. There's a big bicycle thing there. Good.
Oh,
good. I don't know. You guys probably can't see it, but good deal. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Everything's tickety boo. Tricia's there to just check. Oh, she's just happy as a pig in poop. Everything is just how she would have done it.
I feel good now. Okay.
So Haiku asks, what makes Trish think someone wants the phone? I know the answer to that.
Well, this I can tell a little bit about that. This person took all of Beth B's everything. Took her iPads.
All of her everything. Oh my God, that's a lot of stuff. A.B. Maitland, thank you so much for the 200 joules. Jammin' is my jam.
Just basically took everything. And she...
Her iPads, everything.
Kept telling me, I need that phone. And I said, I lost it. Now, at the time, I thought that she had the legal rights to everything. And she didn't. And
well,
I was...
Yeah.
That's the thing, though, right? Maybe she didn't, right? Because she's not the executor, and that's fair enough. She's not. But it does rather seem. So if you go look up Linda Mills, she's very easy to find. There's multiple things about her right there, right in front of your face. Not hard to find at all. She is very much like, she was friends with Beth B for a long time, and she is another pioneer, woman in a field that did not have women in it from an early age, and she worked her whole life in finances, and it stands to reason to anybody with a fucking brain that a friend of 40 years that has that much in common with her, that they kind of came up together in their careers, would kind of be a little bit more likely to take charge of things than Tricia the grifter. It seems really fucking obvious.
I was giving her everything. I thought it's a long story.
Yeah.
But
At first, Trish thought that everything was kosher and
yeah,
it was all good.
that it was all
So-
done.
And it is all kosher and good, and you're a crazy psycho who is trying to get something for nothing. You think that having your rent paid for 4 years wasn't enough?
Properly, and everything was handled.
Right? I mean, if God, if Beth B was paying her rent for 4 years, that is a significant blow to her gambling fund. Right? She suddenly has to pay for all of that. You can see how she might have been feeling a bit overwrought at the thought of having to pay her own way.
And yeah, but she kept saying that she needed the phone because her phone was broken. She needed a new one.
Yeah, she needed that super old iPhone.
Yeah. And so
Yeah, a super old one.
I told her, I said,
Oh my God, these two, they're cooking it up. It's literally like listening to Lauren and Megan cooking up the stories about summer. It's so enraging. GP616498, member for 7 months. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's amazing. 7 whole months. Wow. Hi. Only been on YouTube for like 8 months. That's great. Thank you so much.
you can get one from the phone company, from your cell phone provider for free.
Yeah. If you want a piece of shit phone, sure. Alabama Amy says 4 years. Oh my God, what self-respecting woman allows someone to do that for them? I think you'll find that the answer is in the question, in the self-respecting part. In my opinion, allegedly.
Why do you need this? And she kept sending these alarms. Like, if you have an Apple iPhone, you lose it, you can send like a siren. And it'd be like, "Rah," and then she'd call and she'd go, "Okay, did you hear it?" And I'd say, "No, I didn't." I finally put it in my car because I didn't want to keep hearing that. So let's see, let me get
Right? She doesn't want to keep hearing that. And what it is that she doesn't want to keep hearing is what CH has just said. She says that Linda went to the bank likely to set up payments. She logs into the iPad to collect accounts and it asks for verification, which is sent to the phone. Right? So she can't access anything. That's why she needs the fucking phone, Tricia. Like, eventually she obviously got around needing the phone, or did Tricia ever give up the phone? Who knows? But she's framing it again, right? If Tricia gets, maybe that's it. Maybe she's trying to get ahead of things here and frame a different narrative the way that Lauren was. Because she's making it seem like this is all very nefarious and she's desperate to get the phone because it's to cover up some, ill doing that she's been doing in the background, when literally she's trying to find the phone so that she can take care of the things that need to be taken care of when someone leaves this mortal coil. It's exhausting.
get the camera out here.
Yeah, it was all about preserving Beth B's stuff to make sure her wishes are done. And
That's what it's all
Right.
it's, like I said, Trish at first was believing everything. And then as time went on, things got strange, and that's, and then Trish didn't want to believe it. She really had a hard time wrapping her head around this. So.
I did. I didn't want to believe it. I really didn't, because I remember Stacy, and I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. And I'm afraid I don't want to say anything. I don't want to get this person in trouble. I don't think they're doing anything horrible. I just think yeah. And
I mean, it certainly seems right. Scorpio says, if everything was so kosher, why'd she lie about the phone to Linda? Obviously something happened. And if Linda was going to do any fraud, why would she make a will that didn't benefit her? And yeah, it seems like if anybody was, that's what, apparently this is what Trisha's accusing her of, right? And she's accusing her in court. So that's why there's an independent administrator, because Tricia has made these accusations. But it does seem like, I mean, Linda, she's got this entire career in the financial world. It seems like she could probably, you know, do fraud quite seamlessly, in my opinion.
And I thought, I'm going to get him, and I'm afraid I'll get him in trouble because I don't know. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? But yeah, we thought everything was fixed.
Mm-hmm.
We thought, and by fixed, we thought that everything in her estate was in order. And I think this person may have realized what we could find on that phone.
Yeah. Marlene Clausen says, do you think she watches you on here? She will know the phone is in the car. No, she doesn't. She actually thinks Trish is an idiot. She has no idea what she does, and she doesn't know what kind of people are around her that find this sort of thing. She has no idea.
Actually, the phone is no longer in the car. I can tell you that much. That was a while ago when I did that. And if she does watch me, good. Guess what? You didn't fool anybody. She has no idea what I do.
Well, she fucking does now, Tricia, because we have all made big efforts to reach out and touch Linda and tell her exactly what you do. Even so far as sending her little examples of what you do. So, yeah, I love that part because she's an idiot. Yeah, agree. Couldn't agree with you more. Leave a dime.
There's no idea the people around me and how many people I have around me. I'm not alone, and I'm not.
Oh my God. She's trying to pretend like this person is dangerous and coming to attack her or something. It's so crazy. What a fucking loon. She just didn't think anybody was watching, I guess, right? I mean, she essentially got away with that entire debacle with Sue Pruitt. She got away with it. And she kept her money-making machine, right? She kept her grift machine. She got away with all of it. And then, Sue Pruitt wasn't interested in being around her anymore. She was, bye, see you later. And then Tricia just went on and said whatever she wanted about all of it for years and years. She's been saying whatever the hell she wanted about it until those depositions came out.
Yeah, and so many people are aware of it, and there's copies of stuff with different people, and
Yeah,
so,
that's just it. There's lots of copies. Lots of people have it.
Yeah.
And so even if they got the phone, it wouldn't matter anymore. And here's the thing. If they didn't do anything wrong, then they have nothing to worry about.
Yep.
They have absolutely nothing to worry about. When you hear what we found, it is unbelievable. Like my attorney said, he showed me his arm. He showed me his forearm. And when I showed him what I had, and I'm like, I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? And he goes, look at my arm. Yeah. And he goes, I've got chills.
That's Jolene laughing in the background there.
He goes, we never, ever get stuff like this, ever. I have chills. I'm like, well, you just can't get away with this stuff. Now, can you guys see me? Can you see the road at all?
yes.
Okay, I'm going to leave it like that, okay?
Yeah.
So you can see me driving home here. You know what? Maybe I'll drive by one more time.
Oh my God.
Just to make sure that guy doesn't come out again. I think I'll do that really quickly.
Okay.
Well,
First of all, why would you driving around again stop that guy from coming out again? And what is it that you're implying that he's coming out to do? And why are you smearing some neighbor of Beth B to your viewers? You insane lunatic. God, if I ever start showing up on here live on my phone, talking shit about my neighbors, please Somebody intervene.
We will. I just want to drive by one more time because I've seen me leave. I don't know who that guy was. He did go across the street. He sat in that car for an awful long time.
How long, Tricia?
And that bothers me. Da, 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 da.
She was literally sitting in her car, keeping track of how long he was sitting in his car. Interesting.
Dee, 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 dee. Dee, 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 dee.
Yes.
I bet you guys never thought you'd have this much fun on a Thursday night. Da, 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 dee, dee, dee. Any other questions in chat? I wish I
Yeah, I have all the questions, Tricia. I have so many questions. What is the fraud? Who is the person that wants this phone? What's going on? Why are Stacy and her son doing research for you? Why do you keep driving around the house? How long have you had OCD? What is going on, Tricia? Is it a Honda Civic you're driving? I have so many questions. Why haven't you been able to find an expert regarding iPhones? Is it just because you don't like their opinions on it, so you don't think they're experts? Who is this lawyer, and why does he have chills on his forearm only?
could tell. I can't wait to tell you guys more.
I love Jolene. Just a little Jolene appreciation moment. Jolene is funny. She's smart. She's quick. She don't miss a trick. And she has several personas, all of which can be described in the same way. If you are not subbed to Jolene Lunzer, you should go sub to Jolene Lunzer.
I can't either.
Because it's such an amazing, isn't it, Stacy?
Where did the insurance guy go? And what tools did he have in his backpack? And why did you describe it as lumpy?
Right.
It's
Mashed potatoes are lumpy, not backpacks.
been a ride so far, I'll tell you. Yeah. Trying to find all this and figure it out. And yeah.
We knew
It's-
something was up, you know,
Yeah.
but we didn't know what. And when we found what we found, it was appalling.
Yeah. Oh, so bad. I mean, and that's the worst part is then we think of if there's other people that, you know, if you
Might-
want to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, might be having this problem. And the thing is, it breaks my heart to think of Beth B. and what she would think if she were here and saw this.
Oh my
Mhm.
God. I can't imagine how betrayed she'd feel.
Oh my God. She would be, it would be unbelievable. She wouldn't know what to do.
Oh,
She absolutely wouldn't. I mean, really, she would just be beside herself.
yeah.
So there's some funny parts to it too. There was an estate sale held before anybody had the rights to the estate.
Mm-hmm.
And I called the guy that at the company that did it. And I didn't say a word about the estate sale. I asked him, I said, I have a friend that has an estate sale. You know, I said, you did such a great job with my friend's estate sale. I said, I would like to know, my friend wants to, you know, use a company for her family's estate sale, but she doesn't know the paperwork that she needs. So what do you need? And he freaked out.
Mm.
So, well, your friends, I blah, 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 and just started making all these excuses. I'm like, I'm not talking about my friend Beth B. I'm talking about somebody. And so he knew that he knew that estate sale was not on the up and up.
Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned that because my husband just asked me about that today when I mentioned, you know, somebody had tried to break in. He's all, well,
Yeah, didn't she talk about Subtext Press says all while gossiping about Janet's last extremely private moments? She's so gross. Yeah, doesn't she go on talking about how private Janet was and how Janet was so private and how she was so private and privacy was Janet's thing. And then she goes on YouTube's and tells everybody the extremely embarrassing story of her falling and getting stuck down by the, like, they literally just say whatever in the moment they think sounds good.
Because there's stuff in the house, and I go, well, no, there's not really, because this happened.
Okay, so a lot of people are saying they are all dangerous in their own ways, all that sort of stuff. And that's why I put a fourth option, which was yes. Because I think that, yes, they are all dangerous in their own ways. But I don't know that much about Jess Machado. I cannot handle her. She's just too off-putting to me. I just can't. But she does seem like she's extremely problematic. Yes was the best option. Yeah, I agree. It was the best option for my first poll today, which was what the fuck? Yes or no? Yeah, Jess is awful too.
Well,
She's so awful. I can't watch her. I have tried to watch some of Olaf's videos out of, love for Olaf, but I just can't. I cannot with her.
there is some stuff.
Yeah.
It's older stuff and it's couches, but we think they may have been going for like copper wiring and things. It looked like they broke in and like organized some stuff, and they were going to come back and get it, like boxes of stuff,
Mhm.
like boxes of big wirings and things. And the only thing I can think of is copper wiring, and some old electronic stuff. It's like, why would they want that?
Thank you, Marissa Monroe. Lest we forget, Megan Connor is awful too. Yeah, and also, hey, allegedly, I'm glad you could make it. Yeah, can't watch her. She's just too much. We're talking about Jess Machado, but Megan Connor is also awful, and in my opinion, quite dangerous. Quite dangerous. The woman has no conscience. I saw her. She posted on her account. We're talking about Megan here. She put a post on her Third Verse channel saying, "Oh, come over to my Patreon and watch my blind react to Summer Shiflet's letter." So it's the letter that Summer Shiflet wrote to me, and then I read it. It was a whole video, but in part of it, I read Summer's letter where she talks about Megan and all the lies that she told. And so she put this over on her Patreon, but over on her YouTube, she put a post saying, "Hey, go over to my Patreon where you can pay $30 to watch this video." And somebody said in her, "Oh, Megan, these terrible people, they're so terrible to you. Why don't you put the video up on YouTube where you could get some views and everybody could defend you?" And Megan says she's trying to protect her peace. And so she doesn't, she's trying to protect her peace. So good the fuck for her, right? Poor Megan. Her peace has been upset by people telling the truth about her. Never mind the people whose lives had been completely fucking turned upside down before she showed up and started telling packs of fucking lies about them. Pardon my language. I do not care for Megan Connor. And her little, "I need to protect my peace from people talking about me," is as twee as her shitty book, in my opinion.
But they may be able to sell. I mean, God, who knows, but they couldn't get it out that night. So I'm sure they were going to come back. And thank God for my friend who found out, went over there and thwarted their plans.
Right.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been a problem. That was just a few days ago, but they hasn't been a problem since. So that's good that they mowed the lawn, so it looks like somebody's there. I just wish I could get the electricity turned back on,
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what this did.
That is the perfect. Ancient Teapot says Jess's rants totally remind me of Julie Rowe off her meds. That is such the perfect analogy. That is exactly who she reminds me of, and I didn't know it until you said it. I love how spot on you people are about all the things. Yeah, great comparison, right? Really, really good eye. Totally agree with that.
I went and I got my will done, and it is solid.
Good.
So, like I have a lot of shit. Hey, son, my son's name's Will. Will, you get all my makeup?
Yeah.
All my makeup, my pots and pans, and my depression china. Wow, how fun. Okay, you guys can see me driving okay?
Yeah, it's really great. It's really great. We can see you, Tricia. Curious Lee, hi, nice to see you. Looks like you have a really cute little dog. Cute big dog. Curious Lee says, I believe Tricia would do anything for money. Almost anything. She is not able to dance on tables down at the trucker bar because they don't like her. So she can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm taking it nice and slow.
Sister Sully, hi, Sister Sully, nice to meet you. Says, why would she need a will when she doesn't have a pot to piss in? Yeah, well, because she's planning to piss in. She's planning to piss in Beth B's house. I think she's planning to have a house to piss in.
No.
Besides, anybody tries to break in, I have the best alarms ever.
Random old lady says Megan just doesn't want negative comments or to be called out. Yeah, she doesn't, but she's very excited to come on YouTube and tell everybody all about how, in her opinion, Alex murdered Stacey Cox and that Summer has no identity. So fuck her. I know you agree with me, but just saying.
Good.
Offie and Scrappy Joe.
People are asking about the electricity being turned on, but you have to have, you have to be the person that has the house to be able to turn everything on.
I have to prove that I'm there, and or that I have power of attorney or something, and that's what I can't figure out. I think there must have been some fraudulent.
Right? Okay. Power of attorney dies when the person dies, unless you have some specific. Power of attorney is for a living person.
Documents of some sort to have that happen.
Yeah.
Because it was purposely turned off. So I've got well, first of all, I have, ring security or ADT security, and I sleep with my ladies, Smith and Wesson.
Right? What's that all about? Is she trying to, why is she's saying that for her viewers, right? So she's implying that she's in danger while saying it's nothing so dramatic like me being in danger, but I do sleep with my guns just in case. And plus there was this guy banging on the door with a picture of my son on his phone, but nothing dramatic. Don't worry about me. She's trying to, yeah, that's for her viewers, 100%.
And I sleep with a light on so I can see everything.
Sleeps with a light on.
But I told Stacy, I said, hey, after the live stream, will you drive over with me? Stay on the phone with me. And I think it was your idea, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
To take the live stream with us?
oh, that I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think that was my idea.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you. I think it was.
They're arguing over whose idea it wasn't to take the live stream along with them. Right? What could go wrong with Tricia and Smith and Wesson? Yeah, who could imagine anything ever going wrong? The utilities were turned off because Janet's appointed executor was trying to execute her last will and testament to Tricia, says Subject Express. Yeah. Allegedly innocent said that is how she survived, manipulating good people by playing on their decency while she has nothing, no sense of honesty, ethics, or morality. We were talking earlier, allegedly innocent, about how outraging all of this is and how weird it is to see it again now, knowing everything that we know, right? Like this is like the Is this the video? This is the video, right? Dreamfeed Media clipped it out of Jolene's live, but this is the one where Jolene was just like, hey, let's check out this weird lady. And then they discovered all this going on. But watching it again is so interesting. And it's also like, I am not any less enraged than I was the first time.
Was Love and Coco's.
Mm.
She said, you should take the live stream. That'll be fun.
There you go.
Yeah. Now, I can't, like I said, the thrill everybody must be having of
That-
watching me drive, listening to me talk.
Not always wrong.
Very good. Any more questions in chat or anything?
Yeah, we literally have every question you could possibly think of for the holes in your story.
No, people are saying,
You know, I don't know what I think. That's Stacey. That's the only thing I think I can think of that a guy would want from me would be that phone. Why else would he do that?
yeah, that's, well,
We can't hear you over the frogs.
Something to do with this. He didn't go to any other neighbor. I checked. He was specifically at my house. And that's the only thing it could be. And it happened just a few hours after I got those alerts, you know, saying that the here's your code. Here's very good. Any more questions in chat or anything else? And that's the only thing it could be. And it happened just a few hours after I got those alerts, you know, saying that the here's your code. Here's your recovery code. I
well,
think
yeah.
here's what I think he was going to say. I think he was going to say he was with that Department of Insurance and that they were doing an investigation into Beth B's life insurance and that they needed all her electronics to do the investigation. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, it just, I mean, that it just is a kind of a moot point because right now, you know, he wasn't legit. You know?
Right. Yeah, it wasn't. But, and
Yeah.
then was that a picture of my son? What was he going
Define moot point, Stacy. Because I'm not sure that's what moot point means.
to say? Oh, we have to bring your son in the investigation unless this is your son. We have to bring him into the investigation if you don't give us the phone. I can't. I'm trying to think like them, and I can't.
Well, yeah, you won't be able to remember that. Yeah.
And maybe it had nothing to do with that, but I can't imagine. It's just too much of a coincidence, you know, to be getting all these alerts and then boom, that happens.
Right.
And he's never come back.
Yeah.
So,
Max, yeah, you can get those. There are people that do the recovery code things as a scam. And then there's the ones you really get, you know, when you say, I want to reset my password on Facebook, it's going to send my phone a code. So, you know, and say, don't share it with anybody, you know, and then you use that password, that code to get in. So,
and it was for Apple. And that's what Janet had. And that's what Beth B had was Apple products. And
So her name's Janet, but they call her Beth B. Okay. All right.
yeah,
yeah.
I know that's where that was from. I have no doubt. Is there anybody in chat that is like a really like could say I am?
Right, that's exactly it, Molly Colleen. Nail on the head. Molly Colleen says if she's saying that it wasn't lawful for Linda to have her phone, what makes her think she can legally have it? Exactly, right? It's the pot calling the kettle black, 100%. But the way she's doing it is going to short circuit her viewers' thought processes, right? The lawyer with the chills, the 7-figure income fraud, right? Bzzz, can't think. Tricia's projecting. She's doing the exact thing. Yep. That's what this narrative building is. It's like watching Lauren again, right? She's literally in front of your face, showing you evidence that she's a terrible person and saying, you see how these awful people did this to me? And tens of thousands of people believed her and still do. It's wild.
I'm an iPhone expert. I can tell you everything about an iPhone.
That's the issue with the text you're talking about, though, is even if we're iPhone experts, you're not going to know. You'd actually have to have the data.
Well, that's true.
So,
Yeah, they're just gonna. People just accuse me of doing it. I mean, I'll take a lie detector test. I'll do whatever. Do it. It scared the living crap out of me.
Okay, should I get a lie detector test and invite Tricia on to take a lie detector test about the... Thanks, Brenda K. That's very kind of you. 5 dreadful penny memberships. Thank you so much. I'm not inviting Tricia on. That's just a terrible joke. Who is more dangerous? Well, 50% think that Lauren Matthias is more dangerous. Where did it go? 49% think Lauren Matthias is more dangerous. 35% say yes, meaning they're all dangerous. 15% think Tricia and 1% think Machado. Yeah, I think people figured out that yes means they're all fucking dangerous. So yeah, they definitely are. The impenetrable Faraday bag. Where's the Ola? We need a Faraday bag song.
Okay.
set a
Betsy Tag says the saddest thing is this poor woman was so generous to her and she's causing this greedy circus. And I can't help comparing, obviously, in my mind, my foster mom. And thinking of like what she meant to me and how much she had done for me and everything. And to think of ever treating her or besmirching her or her memory or her life in this way it sickens me. Like I would be ashamed in front of her spirit, and I don't even believe in an afterlife. But you know what I mean? That good woman would never behave in such a way. And Tricia wants us to believe that Janet was this incredible good woman who would never behave in any terrible way and doesn't deserve what's happening to her, while she fucking besmirches the woman's entire life for content and for, tries to steal her house. My mind does not, I can't fathom it. I can't fathom how you live with doing things like this.
text. Like, that means she had to have done it before she passed, before she was unconscious and then passed. Why would somebody pick to text "be me"?
Yeah, I mean that's a weird thing. And if
if you were gonna fake one, why did you just put "be me"? You would say something like, "Hey, it's me,"
I'm here. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
something. Yeah, be me. And it was capital B, little e, space M-E. The hell does that even mean? Well, we figured it out. Again, Betsy was a researcher, and I'll never forget, I'm holding her phone going, research. What can I research? I don't have anything of hers to research as I hold her phone.
yeah.
So here we go. Okay.
Two Birds says it certainly has become content, not just for her. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the sad story about all of this, right? But I mean, this is how we expose this woman, right? Sadly. And the fact is that none of us would have done this. Tricia brought it here.
Here we go. Oh, you guys, you are so kind to come with me. I hope I didn't bore anybody.
Oh no.
I hope I didn't, but I do appreciate it. Like I said, I was just gonna and I may do this again. I won't make you guys suffer and come with me. I'll just have somebody on the phone with me if I do this again.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to check everything and make sure that.
Okay, what do people think? Do people think that she butt dialed herself, butt texted herself, or do they think that she was? My thought has always been that she was trying to set up the idea that she and Beth B had been so close in life that even in death, Beth B is reaching out to her, that that was part of her narrative setting. That's kind of how I thought it. So I'm going to do a poll. What is the woo-woo text? Butt dial or narrative building? I'm curious what people think. Sorry, let's get back to Brad Pitt.
That that everything was. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, there, DMAX, Beth B, autocorrect to be me.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's really interesting.
That could be. Yeah.
But how did the Beth B get typed in there? That's DMAX, that is brilliant, actually.
But you and I, we're kind of
right. The interactive thing, she's got everybody colluding with her. They're all in on the mystery. They're all out there solving it together, right? Everybody's invested in what's going on. Of course they don't want to hear the fucking truth. Because not only does it ruin their fun, it reveals them to be gullible schmoes. Yeah, well, narrative.
invested, so we see it from a different perspective. So it's good to ask other people, because like me, I think of the letter I wrote, and then you're thinking of what she did, the researching.
Right.
We're thinking of personal things that go with it.
Exactly.
So we're different than everybody else.
We're thinking of attaching ourselves personally to that message, but that's really good.
Yeah.
Be me, Beth B.
Yeah.
But see, that wasn't her real name, though. Remember, that was her username. So who would type in her username to send me in a text? Okay, this is a good question. Could the text have come from the iPad? Let me tell you about the iPad. The person that had it didn't know.
Right? They're all taking it seriously. Everybody's invested, right? Everybody's in it together. This woman is a master manipulator. Make no mistake. She's not just stumbling along. She instinctively knows how to fucking manipulate people. There's no way this is all an accident, right? She is crafting a narrative and she's getting everybody to literally fucking come along with her, right? They're not just following her story or listening to her. They're actually going with her on her little adventure, seeing it all through her eyes. Wow. Everyone's fucking invested in this Beth B text now.
Know how to turn it on. Okay, I had to help them with that. They didn't know how to turn it on. They didn't know how to get to the email. And there would just be no way or no reason for that person to send me that text.
Another instance of the lady doth protest too much, methinks.
She wouldn't know how to do it. And why would she, But that's something that should be looked into.
Yeah.
But she didn't know how to turn it on. I had to help her. So, because that was my first thought too. And then, no, what?
I just had a thought. I'll have to tell you after. Yeah.
So Two Birds says, if any creator I follow said they got a woo-woo text, I would unfollow. So you wouldn't wait to find out if all of the greatest iPhone experts in the entire world had an explanation? You wouldn't wait for that evidence? You would just unfollow right away without even consulting multiple world-renowned iPhone experts? Not very loyal.
But I mean, that's what I'd like to see. And I'm assuming if somebody was able to look at the phone and they'd be able to tell, But I don't I don't even think the iPad was turned on at that point yet. I don't think it was till later that it was actually turned on. Let's see. Yeah, but Beth B was not her real name. That was her username here, just in this chat. If the cell was linked to the iPad, then all the text chains are on both. Well, that could be. I mean, it could be. The cell could be linked to the iPad. But what I'm saying is the woman that had the iPad hadn't turned it on, and she wouldn't know how to text. And why would...
Sorry, didn't she talk to the greatest iPhone experts in the world? You think that she would know that the iPhone and the iPad are 100% connected? 100%? I thought she spoke to the experts.
would she text that? But again, I think that absolutely should be looked at if we ever can. If we ever can. But there's another woo-woo that I can't tell you right now, but it's even bigger than that.
Please, Rambo, are you talking about donating to me? Please don't feel bad about that at all. Nobody should feel obligated to donate financially. Absolutely not. If you like and you share and you know, maybe if you feel like you're not contributing, you could occasionally write in the chat, hey, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. But please, I don't want anybody. I'm not laughing at you, but I'm seriously, I don't have that expectation.
That. And I've asked the iPhone people to explain it to me, and they say, well, no, there's no explanation. That couldn't happen. So, Tricia, was the thread sending the Be Me on her iPhone showing where she sent it? Well, it was just from her phone to my phone. It was, I had her phone. I had it sitting on my coffee table, and I was either down, I think, and I went to go pick up mine. And I know what you're saying. No, I had closed out. I had closed out of all of the text messages. So the only thing that was on the iPhone, I know what you're saying now, was the front. You know how the front shows all of the apps? That's what was showing. There was no.
Okay, so Rombo says, Dreadful Penny, Tricia made me feel that way. Yeah, fuck Tricia for making you feel that way. That's my opinion of Tricia.
Thread that was open at all. Now, I had been in the threads earlier to see if there was anybody I needed to notify, but I knew all her friends. And so I had gotten out of of all the text messages. I had gone into her emails to look at her emails. I went out of her emails, and then it was just the front of the phone that would eventually lock up, you know, and you have to put in the code. But, and it was just the front of the phone with all of the, you know, whatchamacallits. God, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Well, you know, like the emails and the
apps.
Yeah, thank you. The apps, with all the apps on the front. Everything was closed out. When I heard, and I jumped and I picked up my phone because I knew that was a text from her phone to my phone, and it said "Be Me." Yeah, the icons, the apps, the icons. That's what I was trying to think of. That's what I'd like to know, Phyllis. What?
Can you imagine somebody saying, I wonder what the friends think of Tricia? I'm not sure what friends you mean. I assume you mean Beth B's friends. I can only imagine what Linda thinks of somebody like Tricia. This woman has worked in finance all her life, right? And she's got this little nasty little gambling addict troll over here whose house is, I mean, not only did Beth B pay for her housing for 4 years, she paid all her back taxes so that her own house wouldn't be repossessed. And somebody like Linda, one would assume, you know, who has been in finances for 4 or 5 decades, would have thoughts about Patricia's financial management skills, shall we say.
What cell tower, you know? I mean, it could be on the same cell tower it could be the same one, and I know people are going to think I did it, and I didn't do it. Why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense, you know? Felt so good to see everything all locked up over there.
So I can tell a little bit about the story. I have Beth B's phone. She told me to take care of it. And you all know that I got that text message the day after she died. I can't explain it. I want somebody to explain it to me. I don't really believe it was an afterlife thing. The text said B-me-B-E space M-E. She was a researcher her adult life. Most of her adult life, she was a researcher for a major company. We started researching and we found some incredible documents thanks to Stacy. And these documents proved hardcore fraud. They are now in the hands of the authorities. And there's somebody that desperately wants that phone from me. People are saying, well, you did it. No, I didn't. It was a day after she died. Now the phones were next to each other and I was picking up my phone. I had put down her phone. I was picking up my phone. When I heard her, I had assigned to her the owl sound. It goes, and I heard that. Nobody else has that sound but her. And I about had a heart attack. And then I looked at it and it said, baby. And she had not been able to text for about 10 days. The last text I got from her was 10 days before she died. I need somebody that understands Apple phones to explain it to me. Because the experts that I've had, that I've talked to, they say they're experts. They say there's no way that what I claim happened. I gotta figure it out. They're just going to. People will just accuse me of doing it. I mean, I'll take a lie detector test. I'll do whatever. I didn't do it. It scared the living crap out of me. Why would somebody pick to text me? I mean, that's a weird thing. And if you were gonna fake one, why would you just put me? You would say something like, hey, it's me. You know I'm here, it's beautiful, you know something. Yeah, be me. Well, we figured it out. Again, Beth B was a researcher. And I'll never forget, I'm holding her phone going, research. What can I research? I don't have anything of hers to research. As I hold her phone, you know.
D-Max Beth B, autocorrect, be me. That's really interesting. But how did the Beth B get typed in there? You know, D-Max, that is brilliant, actually. Be me, Beth B.
Why would somebody pick to text me? I mean, that's a weird thing. And if you were gonna fake one, why would you just put me? You would say something like, hey, it's me. You know I'm here, it's beautiful, you know something. Little E space
Incredible work. Incredible work from Dreamfeed Media, from Jolene Lunzer, and from the OLAP. Every time I hear one of OLAP's songs, it remains in my head for many, many days. So I've been singing the I'm Just a Mother with a YouTube Channel song for the last many, many days. Just amazing, that song, just amazing. It's she does great work. Everybody has done great work around this. I just am continually impressed by the just the talent and the thoughtfulness and the integrity and the commitment of all the people that engage in this, and that includes all the viewers that get involved and want to help out and send things and remind me of things and remind all of us of things. It's absolutely great. Yes, I'm going to review road trip number 2, but not tonight. Not tonight. Tonight, I'm going to drive over to the ferry and get on the ferry and drive another load of stuff over to my new house. And I'm going to stay overnight there, and hopefully the plan is that they are coming to hook up the interwebs in the morning. And I am planning to do a live stream in the afternoon from my new place. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that is all going to happen. Yeah, I am so excited. We were just over there for literally 24 hours last week, brought a whole bunch of stuff over, and it's just so lovely. It's just so lovely. So yeah, I'm going over there for overnight. I might stay 2 nights. And then I have made this commitment to house sit my sister's place. So I have to be here until Sunday. And then on Tuesday, I'm going over with a van. And then I got to bring the van back on the same day. And then I'm going to take my car back. And then I'm going to basically stay there, except I'll have to come back for 1 day to clean the apartment. But yeah, it's like another week until I can go be there permanently. But we're leaving tonight. Yeah, I got to feed the dog and pack up all the stuff for the, excuse me, just food and stuff to take with us. And then we're going to hit the road around 8 o'clock. Super excited. So thanks all you people, all you fine people for joining me today for this. It was unexpected. I didn't know that I was going to get, thanks Lemon Bake. Yeah, I'm super excited. I've got my lemon painting in the car. I've got my lemon painting all ready to go. So, yeah, I didn't know this was going to happen today. I made that phone call and got the Zoom link just at the very last minute. So that was fun. So tomorrow, I don't know, I have a Lauren and John video planned, but maybe I'll change it to the second field trip video, or maybe I'll wait for the weekend for that. I don't know. Anyway, one thing or another. If my interwebs is hooked up tomorrow, then I will see you at 4 o'clock. And until then, I shall love you and leave you. I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Thank you all for your kind support. If you have not hit the like button yet, please hit it on your way out. And I will see you next time.